Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the MTX Podcast. My name's David Roybal, and I'm joined with.
Girish Chaggani, I'm the Chief Business Officer here at MTX.
Yeah, we have a great conversation that we're having. I'm very happy, Girish, that we're going to be able to talk about grants management. Just a quick introduction of who I am, why I'm sitting in this chair with you, Girish. David Roybal, I am the Regional Vice President here at MTX Group. But why grants management? Why grants management is important to me? I come from public sector where I was actually a grants director as well. So I have a lot of experience in grants management. I'd love to hear a little bit more about just your experience in grants.
Yeah, so my grants journey started back in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
I was working for City of New York, and I always worked in the tech space, right? I worked on a lot of different projects for City of New York, but back in 2012, when Hurricane Sandy
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, came to New York, it destroyed a lot of homes. I was charged with starting uh, up all the offices and recovery centers in New York City. So I was the CIO of the Mayor's Office of Housing Recovery Operations.
Mm-hmm.
As part of that, we also had to work with a lot of different grants and set up systems
Mm-hmm.
pretty much to give out the funds to the homeowners
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. So yeah, that's where my journey began with the grants management. How about you? What are some of the challenges that you have seen
No,
in
thank
your
you for asking. Yeah, so grants, I've been in grants for quite a while, honestly, for well over a decade. Like I said, in state government, I did over 13 years as a grants director, as a CFO. Um, so in government, federal funding it impacts our communities, number one. And I've done some large grants and some very small grants, from women, infants, and children to farmers market grants to unemployment insurance grants. Right, these are grants that are really touching the communities that we serve. So I've done that for over 13 years on the public sector side, and on the private side, I get to help be part of that solution now too. So that's what's really neat. Like I said, there's been a lot of grants that I've worked through. But there's definitely some that have been meaningful to me, and really seen whether it's a direct impact on myself, my family, my neighbors. But I'd love to hear first from you. Is there any particular grant that really impacted you?
I mean, I would go back to the Hurricane Sandy, right? Because
Uh-huh.
I saw firsthand how people were struggling to get
Mm-hmm.
back into their homes. They were sitting in hotel rooms with their three kids and two
Right.
dogs for months at a time because the process itself it just took a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
did build a nice system for them,
Mm-hmm.
but everything was still manual, right? The application
Right.
process, the approval process
Mm-hmm.
was manual. A lot of people lost their passports
Mm-hmm.
and IDs, because of
Mm-hmm.
the homes, and that was another process that we had to go through. So even with the systems that we built, and they were modern back in 2012,
Mm-hmm.
but everything just took longer. Fraud was an
Right.
issue,
Mm-hmm.
the inspection process, and all that is connected to the grants,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everything there is connected to it. So that's some of the challenges we faced, and
Mm-hmm.
we will work through them. Things have changed now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like
Yeah.
you work with all different varieties of
Right.
grants. Do you see the same kind of challenges when it comes to?
I definitely see the challenges. Obviously, fraud, waste, and abuse is number one, right? We need to make sure that when we're looking at grants, when we're receiving grants or helping solution how we can better track grants, that fraud, waste, and abuse is taken care of. Like that's not going to happen,
Yeah,
because we need to make sure that every single dollar goes to the cause of what
right.
that grant does. I do want to share just a couple of impactful grants that personally touched me. The first one I want to talk about is Women, Infants, and Children, so the WIC grant. Um, it's a roundabout story. So before I met my wife, she was a single mother. She had a child at a younger age, and she had to use the WIC grant to help support her get obviously nutritious food for my now son, and it allowed her to go continue school, right? So it was a very impactful grant that helped support her. That's one less worry that she needed in her life, as she wanted to further her education and grow her career. Why it's a round circle is because then I actually worked as a grant director for the Women, Infants, and Children program. So before I even met her, it was just kind of a full circle. And I saw not only when I was there on the public sector side, the impact we're giving to our mothers and the children in our
Right.
communities, but a personal story as well, and how it really helped, give that hand up to my now wife. The other one that was very impactful, of course, we all went through COVID, and that was just a very hard time for everyone. But these grants, they provide value in my community, personal community. Like I said, my friends, my family, my neighbors. The one grant I want to talk about is the Emergency Rental Assistance Program, right? That grant, at least in my state, gave over $200 million for people to still be able to stay in their house during
Yeah.
this very scary time for the world. So those two, because of the personal one with my wife, and then the ones just within my community, I think those were two that really hit home with me for sure. But yes, definitely with those, as a grants manager, as a grants director, you do run into those challenges of compliance, reporting, everything. They're all a little different. I mean, ensuring that they're allowable costs while obviously putting fraud, waste, and abuse at the very top.
So I think it's a lot about speed to value, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not just about getting those grants to the people who need them the most.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's about setting up the systems
Mm-hmm.
quickly. I mean, some of the grants are ongoing grants that everyone works with, but there's emergencies, there's all kinds of stuff. You just mentioned COVID.
Mm-hmm.
COVID is something that just came out of nowhere,
Right.
and it created a lot of different grants and a lot of money that needed to be doled out to a
Mm-hmm.
lot of different types of citizens or agencies and things like that. Speed to value was very important there, right? So that's something I'm sure you have also noticed with these
Absolutely.
grants.
Yeah, and working with partners, right? Whether that be partners on the federal level or wherever you're getting those grant fundings from. Again, COVID era again, money came, but there wasn't a lot of those rules and regulations behind it. So how do we again safeguard these funds for their intended purpose? Right? And of course, there's those bad actors that came out as well. So
Right.
that was definitely a challenge that we've always seen, but it definitely happened when there weren't as tight of rules and regulations with these fundings that were
Yeah.
coming and
Yeah.
available to all these states. Um, so that's important, and we need to continue to evolve. When I was in public sector, um, I know some of the challenges that we faced. Right, a lot of stuff is on Excel spreadsheets, or only Girish knows how this actual funding or how this actual grant
Right.
works. Can you just kind of tell me the importance of why grants modernization is important? Maybe tools like AI. How can we bring AI into, obviously, like you said, speed to value? What outcomes are we producing so that way we can get back to work and make sure that we meet the commitments of what that purpose of that grant
I
is?
mean, that's a great question. I'm glad you brought it up. I mean, these are exciting times, not
Mm-hmm.
just for grants, modernization, but everything else because of AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just think about all that fraud we can stop by
Mm-hmm.
weeding through bad actors and bad applications using AI. That in itself can just speed up things a lot.
Mm-hmm.
12 years ago, a lot of this stuff was manual. I would say
Mm-hmm.
all of this stuff was manual, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are a bunch of analysts sitting there going through IDs, going through different applications, going through all the stuff, and it just takes a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So using smart application reviews,
Mm-hmm.
just with the help of AI, can speed up things and bring that speed to value and like so much faster than we're able to. And again, the end result of that is the folks that actually deserve that money get it much faster than they used to. So that's one way AI and modernizing your grant system using AI can really help just make things much faster and better and more efficient, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, fraud.
Mm-hmm.
COVID, like you mentioned, for COVID, there was a lot of fraud going on, unemployment fraud and everything
Right.
else. But now with the help of AI, you can really uh, figure out that the person who's applying for that grant is actually the person who's
Right.
doing that, right? Look, a lot of the processes ended up going online,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? Because of COVID. So it's even more important now that we use tools like this to make sure, and again, it comes down to speed to value.
Yep.
And that money that is being wasted because of all the different processes, grants management is not an easy process.
It's not.
There's a lot of things to it. So if we can use AI to streamline a lot of those processes, make them more efficient, reduce waste, that is more money that can go to folks that actually need it, right?
Right.
So I think that's where modernizing the grants management systems really helps, and using AI responsibly and efficiently can really, really make everything efficient, because that's what we're trying to get to. Have more money for the citizens available and have it available faster.
But with the modernizations too, I mean, we're getting better, clear data. Again, I hate to go back to
Yeah.
like it's on an Excel spreadsheet,
Yeah.
but if we're tracking it accurately, we can make those quicker, better informed decisions.
Yeah.
Again, more support to our communities. Right?
Yeah.
What is the state even telling us? Are we reaching that purpose
Yeah.
of
Are
what
we
this
using the
money's
money
for?
efficiently or not? Is it going where it's supposed to be going? And they still need those reports, but used to take a
Absolutely.
lot longer to do that with spreadsheets and the older systems. But now with AI again,
Yeah,
everything you just said can be done in a matter of 30 minutes, not 30 days.
are we hitting
you know?
those KPIs, right?
Yeah.
Are we hitting those targets?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier by modernizing, use some AI, some analytics tools, so that way
Yeah,
we can
totally.
say, hey, governor, hey, whoever, this is what it's really telling us. This is the impact and the value that's bringing to our communities.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, just AI has been a game changer, and there's no reason we should not be using that in the grants management world just to make everything more efficient. And then I think it's upon the government to really get serious about this, because I think in the long run it's just going to save everyone a lot of money and a lot of headaches. if we
Absolutely.
just
Absolutely.
do
I
it that
totally
way.
agree.
Yeah. So
No, that's great, and I really appreciate this discussion today as we talk about just the importance of grants in our communities, how we can better track grants management. Um, so thank you for joining me today on this discussion.
Yeah,
What's
thank you.
funny, before we did this podcast, they asked me yesterday, "Hey, can you do a podcast on grants management?" And I was like, "Oh shoot, I better go get a haircut because I'm not camera ready. I thought it was just gonna be like a Google Meet, right?" So they brought me in, so I had to go get a quick haircut. I see you did as
I
well.
mean, I mean, 2012.
That's good.
I haven't needed a haircut
Oh
pretty much
yeah,
since 2012, because I pretty much lost all my hair in the first one, and yeah,
right.
I mean, it's those are the kind of things that keep us up at night,
Yeah,
right? And put
I
all the
get it. Yeah,
stress, and it's
absolutely.
really to help our customers
Uh-huh.
get to that level that they should be at, right? So yeah, it's
Absolutely. And again, Girish, as we're kind of new working together too, right? You joined
yeah,
the company just a few months ago.
3 months. It's been
3
three
months
months.
now.
Yeah,
Right on. I kind of want to just let's share something, about each other. So,
yeah.
I'll let you kind of pick either give me two truths and a lie, or maybe what's your favorite like entrance song to come into, or what gets you like really fired up.
I will go with the song.
Mm-hmm.
So I am a diehard New York Yankees fan, right? And
Cheers to that.
yeah, and Mariano Rivera
Yeah.
is my, I even have a signed autograph
Okay.
picture with him. Enter Sandman, really, I always thought of myself as a closer,
Mm,
right?
love
And
it.
Enter Sandman is my go-to song whenever I need to get things done. And so yeah, Metallica all the way.
Well, I love that.
And how about you? What do
Um,
you want to?
since you went with Metallica, I guess I'll do the entrance song as well, and I think I have two. Um, if you ask my family, they're probably that song "Let Me Clear My Throat" because I clear my throat a lot. I guess I don't. I guess I'm just always been congested, but
Yeah.
"Let Me Clear My Throat" for sure. But what really gets me fired up is actually Metallica as well. So before I have big presentations or I'm talking in front of a big board or a stadium, I actually like Master of Puppets. I mean, I know the song's
I
like
like that song
9 minutes
too.
long, so
Yeah,
it goes through its ups and
yeah.
downs.
All the
But
Metallica songs are pretty long. So
so
yeah.
shout out to Metallica. And just a little quick fact: I actually did meet James Hetfield at a Giants game one time when I was in San Francisco.
So you're a Giants fan too?
No, I'm a Yankees fan.
I'm a Giants fan too.
So I am a Yankees
Oh,
fan.
that's San
but
Francisco Giants.
San-
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I meant the New York Giants.
No, I'm not a fan of the New York Giants.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother
That's another
podcast that we can talk
conversation we're
about
gonna have. Yeah.
on
I
our
mean, we're in
sports
cowboy
teams.
country here, so I would be careful what I say.
Yeah, you better be careful. But no, thank you for your
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Same
I
here.
really appreciated the conversation today, and we'll see you next on the next podcast.
Yeah, let's do it again. This was great. So thank
Absolutely.
you. Yeah.
Thanks all.
Yeah.
Till next time.